Hi, I'm eating my cereal. Okay, I think we can switch screens now. I think that we're all good since Words is over and you guys lost. That's cool, that's okay. We'll get it next time. Don't worry about it. I'm sure that we'll get it next time. Isn't that right, everybody? Hello! Good night! How are you guys doing? Good evening! We don't see each other very often on Thursdays. How do you guys feel? Who do you guys watch yesterday? Who did I watch yesterday now that I think about it? I watched Aishindo. I watched Yummy. Oh, yeah, I remember. So. Yummy Quinley, a VTuber that I watch and that I think is pretty funny. Actually played a game that was very nostalgic to me because it used to be one of the very few games that were installed in my family computer, which was World of Goo. It was so cool seeing somebody try and play it. I did feel a little bit bad that Yomi struggled with so many levels. I didn't want to say anything because honestly, when I played that game, I also struggled with it a lot. But when I played it, I was like a child, and I thought that would be mean. Honestly, I'm sure that some of the levels would be tricky for me as an adult as well. Um, I do remember playing it again when I was a teenager, but I didn't play every level. So I just sort of like did the main story and didn't do any extra levels. I think that Yumi's did all of the extra levels. I haven't finished watching the VOD. It is quite the beefy one. But yeah, World of Goo is such a fun game, guys. It is so fun. Squadra, congratulations on your 5 stream streak. Also, congratulations on your yummy sour coffee bean. Speaking of congratulations, let me see who was first today. Let me see who has congratulations in order. So, it seems that today. Oh! Was it Squadra? Yeah, it was Squadra. Congratulations, Squadra, for being first as well. That is so cool. Oh, and you've got the little hype train conductor thingamabob. That's so cute. I love the little hype train badges. I think they're so cute and far better than the usual Twitch label thingamabobs. I don't like them as much. I much prefer the cute train thingies. Honestly, I wish that we could customize the VIP icons because they just clash so much. I think that they should make it so that we are able to customize the icons of the VIPs as well. Since we already have for bits and for subs, why can't we customize VIP badges? But aside from that, so fun fact. Or well, I guess not super fun fact, but yesterday I went to the doctor. And for the people who have not been here for a while or who are relatively new here, you see, I have been struggling with like chronic exhaustion and bleeding and all that kind of stuff. That's kind of gross. And we couldn't really know why. We did a ton of blood exams. We did hormone exams. We did like coagulation agent exams, like protein exams, and everything came out relatively okay. Maybe a little low in some areas, but it came out relatively okay. And we were very concerned because I had anemic episodes way too often for that to be normal, and I bleed very easily, and my blood is very thin. So, anyways, we went through a ton of doctors. We went through like 3 or 4 doctors. And in the end, we landed with this doctor that was like, okay, so here are all of your past exams and all of the scans that you've done. And they seem normal, but I do see that you have never been, what's it called? You'll never be, god damn it, I don't know how to say it. But basically, I have never had a ferritin exam done. That's the name of the thing. Ferritin. And the doctor was like, okay, I'm gonna assume like one of those alongside another scan just in case because you do have a family history. And I was like, sure, let's do that. And we did get the exam results. We got them a couple of months ago, and due to that doctor's availability, I was only able to get a follow-up appointment 3 months later, which was yesterday. And eventually, we did come up with like a proper diagnosis for what I have and why I'm exhausted all the time. Apparently, I have something that is called chronic iron deficiency, which is also different from regular iron deficiency, I also learned. Basically, with regular iron deficiency, the levels of iron in your blood are low. But I don't have that. My levels of iron are okay. But with chronic iron deficiency, you have your ferritin levels low, which is bad. For those who do not know, or if you haven't googled it, I don't know how to explain it very properly, but ferritin is like the property, like the protein or enzyme that stores all of the iron inside of your bones. Is sort of the tank of your body where all of the iron is stored so that they can make red blood vessels. And when every time you bleed and every time you need more blood to be made, the red blood vessels are gonna go to your bone and be like, hey, we need ferritin to make more blood. Since my ferritin levels are low, unfortunately, the bone is going to say, "Nuh-uh, we can't do that. There's no ferritin. We have no iron." So instead, because of that, they take the iron that's already in the blood, and all of the iron that I consume, whether it is from like my diet or vitamins or anything, are going to be immediately used to make red blood cells instead of actually being able to like build up reserves so that I can use them for an emergency. And as you guys know, I get cursed every month. And that curse is very bad and very painful. And also, I do become anemic and bedridden during those cursed times. So, whenever that happens, all of the meager reserves of iron that I accumulated during the month just get washed down. They get completely depleted. So, basically, in the end, I'm like a car with a gas leak. So every time you put up some gas, this time it's like iron, whether it is from like supplements or food or vitamins or anything of the sort, I am like constantly losing iron at the same time because it just needs to be produced immediately into red blood cells, or it needs to be immediately like introduced into the bloodstream so that I can work properly. And that's why I am constantly fatigued, because I don't have any iron stored in my body. Or well, it is like not iron stored, but yeah, I don't have like those deposits in there. That should help me like maintain homeostasis, and that would help me not be exhausted all of the time. Oh, and my PNG tuber just stopped checking out my audio. But yeah, basically, that's what happened. And unfortunately, since I did like do a ton of errands yesterday, all of my spoons for the day, all of the energy that I usually have that I spend for like streaming stuff, got depleted real quickly. And when I came home, I was absolutely exhausted. So that's why I decided to cancel stream because I was conked out. But yeah, honestly, as like sad it is that like yeah, I do have like a chronic iron deficiency and it does affect both like my concentration, my energy levels. Uh I am like pale as fuck. I do get headaches or dizziness often and I do get sometimes like cold hands and feet. Um and, you know, just like the general symptoms of chronic iron deficiency. I am very, very happy that we finally, like, actually got something. We got an actual diagnosis, and now that we've got a diagnosis, we are actually able to get that treated, which I am very, very hopeful about. I really am hoping that I can live a more normal life than I usually do, especially since it has unfortunately gotten worse recently. I have been sleeping a lot more, and my energy levels have been really, really low. But yeah, honestly, I am so glad. I am so glad that I am able to like finally put a name to what has happened, especially because my blood like iron levels and coagulation agent levels usually were like just in the threshold of normal, usually in the lower threshold. So I was like technically normal, but we didn't have a reason as to why sometimes they fluctuated and went like super low sometimes. But yeah. Hello, Space Bee Wizard. How you doing? How was your day? You got a gay coffee bean. Congratulations. Happy Pride. Pride Month isn't actually on June. It's actually whenever a wisp redeems. It's when actually someone redeems a rainbow coffee bean. It's delicious. What do you think a rainbow coffee bean would taste like? Okay, now we can actually get into into me drawing stuff. Gimli, thank you so much. Why aren't my sound alerts working? Wait. Why aren't my sound alerts working? But thank you so much. And yeah, thank you. It's okay. I have been doing better. I think that it is so much more. I think that when you don't know what is happening to you and you aren't really able to like ping stuff out to actually being able to actually find a diagnosis to the thing that happened is actually something that helps out a lot. But yeah, why aren't my alerts working? Oh, my alert box is muted. I'm stupid. Because I make moves in silence. Oh, I see. Oh my god, I used to love the Founders Badge. Founders Badges are such a cool badge of honor to have. I also wish we could customize them though. And I don't think I got hit by the tits, so let me do that. There you go. There you go. Is my tits working though? Give me a second. Throw stuff at me. Yes, it is working. Yippee! Yeah, I'm really happy, and thank you so much for your support, Gimli. I always know when you're here because I see your little wisp around, and I'm like, oh, Gimli's lurking. Hello, Gimli. I'm really happy that I get people that, even if they just are lurking and just putting my video as like their little background noise, it makes me really happy that I can be of some entertainment to you guys. But yeah. As long as ganito lang ba yun? event. Wow! Look! I'm doing stuff! I'm drawing! Isn't that amazing? Gosh, it's special to us. Oh. Getting appointments and stuff is good, even if they're annoying sometimes, right? It takes me 3 months to get an appointment with that specific doctor. They're like something called an ophthalmologist, which is a blood specialist. But thankfully, they were the one who actually like put the nail in the coffin, like actually was able to nail what was happening to me. And that was very cool. Yeah. So for the schedule today, we will be working on commissions. And I've got a couple commissions open. Wait, no, not this one. I was just showing Crony the teeth highlights. So I've got this commission. This is for like an Ever After High character design. My lab has been super hectic the past year, so it's been a mess. And when stream's late for my time zone, I am balancing the ghost priority. No, it's okay. It's okay. Dude, there's a streamer that I really, really like. Thank you so much, Gimli. Oh, shit. But yeah, I had a med appointment this morning, and I have to get my blood stolen next week, Friday. It's okay. It's okay. Getting your blood stolen is just a little prick. You know, have you seen that music video for Boys 12? Guys, do you know about Boys 12? Do you know about Boys 12? But yeah, honestly, life has its days where it's just really messy and really stressful, and then you just sort of like settle into a routine. My grandma did tell me something very, very important when I visited her yesterday, because I visited my grandparents. I visited my grandparents yesterday when I came back from the doctor's appointment to sort of like rest up and gather energy to go back home. Because it is very exhausting to go out right now. But anyways, my grandma did tell me that sometimes having a set routine just means that things are going well for you. Sometimes excitement can be as much of a curse as it is a blessing, and I 100% agree. I like my routines. That may be the autism talking, but I like my routine. Every 3 months, they steal my blood and then have the audacity to email me where they sent it. I think that you should storm the laboratory where they store your blood and then drink it. You know, put it back in your body where it belongs. They have to draw from my hands. Can my arm veins suck? Oh, that sucks. They did tell me that since my blood has been drawn so much recently that the veins on my right arm, which is where they take the blood from me because I am left-handed, they did say that my arm veins are getting way too hard, and if they become even harder, they'll have to start drawing blood from my hands. Good night, Gimli! I hope that you have a nice rest. And I hope that things get better soon. A little bit less hectic. But yeah, we are going to work on commissions, and we are going also to make some preparations for perchance some merch releases that we did get for the subathon. You know, like this. Like this little guys. Or wait, it's loading. My internet isn't the best. Or these little guys. You can squish them like stress ball. And that will be me. This will be me. And you can squish me like stress ball. Or you could also squish this version of me. I did say I accidentally meant to put like Mochikororin instead of Manju. So I'll probably put up like a boat. I'll make a poll or something for for whether people like Manju or Mochikororin plushies better. And I'll have you guys choose, so that you guys can decide whether or not you like Orb Ghost, or you'd rather prefer the other ghost, the Mochikororin plush. It's okay, you can see my history. I ain't hiding anything. I had to research the Iron Deficiency thingamabobs so that I could actually remember what it's called. But yeah, we're going to work on these. And they can have ears, which is fun. I could maybe make it so that the little quote-unquote ears can actually be, I don't know how to say, like the bow? That could be cute. Or we could make one Frida, one Ghost, and they can be best friends forever. Yes. This one actually does have like the little tail and the little arms and legs, and this one only has like it only has the ears add-on. So small ears, long ears, horns, tail, BB whistle. I am going to add a BB whistle to all of them, like to either one of the choices, because I do think that it would be really, really funny if I just squeaked every time you squished me like stress ball. And yeah, Bullgraves is actually company that I have worked with for a very, very long time when it comes to charms and stickers and cards, so I already know how to work with them. They're pretty nice, but yeah. If you see here, they have everything for me. I can just put this like this. Boing. Boing. And that way we have like a canvas to work with. And these are just the guidelines so that people know what to do. But yeah, look, we are almost done with the line art of this, the mission commission. That rhymes. And oh my gosh, the reason why it has taken me so long to complete it is because of all of the detail that there is to the line work. Look at this. I had to make sure that the pattern was symmetrical everywhere too, because I don't wanna half-ass it. Like, if you'll pay me money to do a detailed filigree design for your character, I will make sure that that filigree design is consistent in every single angle. And honestly, it was like a really good learning experience on how to actually create symmetrical patterns and how to make them look like good in perspective. Because as you can see, he's turned around, so this pattern gets cut off. This pattern gets cut off. Yes, yes, yes. So I had to make sure that there was like a way of like showing it. So wait, what? Oh, it's because it's in gray. Duh. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. I believe that we could sort of like go for a little tag teaming thing. Since I am almost done with the mission line art, I could finish up the line art of the face detail. Hi, face detail. The tattoos, and then we can go on to sketch the design for this, and then we could either do the merch or we could continue rendering this Yumi and Naivo commission. I still need to render this like dark area, all of this like blackish fabric more, because it looks too gray compared to the Naivo reference. So I need to make sure that this is a little bit darker. And yeah, that is what we're doing today. I hope that you guys enjoy it. And of course, I'm gonna yap. I am yap at around 3,000. And the funny thing is that usually I am way more smooth with my words when I am talking to myself. I sort of like create scripts in my mind for what I want to talk about in next stream. And I am so smooth. I am so smart. I am so great. I can speak so well whenever I am not streaming. And I am so clear and articulate whenever I speak to myself. But then as soon as I start streaming, I just start stuttering and using a lot of like what's it called? There's a word for it in Spanish, but I don't know it in English. Like muletillas. It basically means that I add like ums and ahs and likes to my words. To sort of fill in the space from when I'm thinking, when I'm forming sentences. I do notice that happens a lot when I'm streaming, and I wonder why. I guess I just need more media training. I haven't been streaming for relatively as long as my other peers. But this year has flown by so fast as well. It feels like February and March were so long, but then it was a blur, and now it's almost 2026, and I don't know what to do with my life. I don't know what to do with that information. Like, I started streaming on December 19th, so that means that we're about 2 months away from my first stream anniversary. That's weird. It feels like I haven't been streaming for so long, but now we are almost a year in. Honestly, I am so glad that I started streaming. I started streaming at first because I really wanted to promote my art. I know that there was like a market for my art and my art style in like VTuber and streamer community, and I thought that the best way to showcase it, due to the rise of like AI speed paints and stuff, was to actually start live streaming my art and maybe stream also my horror video games, because I do tend to yap to myself a lot when I play video games. So I decided, hey, why not do a little bit of streaming? Let's try it out. Especially because since I have social anxiety, maybe this could be a good way to actually loosen up a little bit when it comes to social interaction and stuff. And I ended up meeting so many lovely people. I ended up just absolutely enjoying the hell out of this, what basically is my job right now. It started out as just something to test out while I was looking for a job after graduation, and look at me now. I'm like actually making money from this, and I have friends that I can talk to and that I can play games with. Honestly, I have yet to find like anybody who's like genuinely rude in this community. Everyone from like the streamers that I watch that I don't really interact with, or the mutuals or friends that I have made in this community, they are all just so sweet. And they are all just so nice and so genuine. And I am glad that all of the people that I have met are just so kind and have been so welcoming to me as like somebody who didn't really know about VTubing aside from me following B artists, because as I said before, I only really got to watching VTubers when I started VTubing. Because the only introduction that I had was Rosity's Hololive art, and all of the V artists that I follow, like Yokelash, Nekorina, not Yamio, but what is their name? Yokelash I already mentioned. Who was it? God damn it! It's and the worst part is that they appear so often on my on my TL, and I don't remember their name. But anyways, what I was going to say is that I only knew about VTubing from the artists that make assets for VTubers, because a lot of them were illustrators that I knew already from my DeviantArt days, or even Tumblr/Instagram days. Oh, for example, do you guys know that... There you go. That the lead artist for the Socks agency, what is her name? She changed her name. I remember her from her old name when she was in the Star vs. Forces of Evil community. The lead artist for Socks agency, who is, drumroll please, Gremlin Bon. There we go. Gremlinmon, she actually was a fairly popular Star vs. the Forces of Evil fan kid artist, and that's how I met her and like got introduced to her art. It's because she had like this very pretty Thumbstar and also Starco fan kits that were just really popular because they were so cute and their story was very appealing. And now would you look at that, like the waifu cups, and they do so much stuff, and honestly it is very inspiring just to see how much the art community has benefited from VTubing, and how it is sort of like a symbiotic relationship. VTubers help artists out, and artists help out VTubers, and of course, not everything is always like super seamless. There's always going to be like a little bit of drama, but from what I have seen, most of the time, everyone is just like there because they genuinely enjoy the medium. And I think that is what's mostly happened to me. I just enjoy seeing people like my art, and honestly, if one day someone like animates any of my art into Live 2D, I would be so excited. I'm learning Live 2D, as you guys know, and I don't like it. Maybe I'll like set up after ad break. After an ad break, and I'll show you guys what I have for rigging. It isn't much. I just almost finished the rigging of like the smiley and like tilting things, but I have a problem, and it is that my model, for some reason, or maybe it's just like the physics of like VTube Studio, or maybe it could be my camera. It could also be my camera. Well, either way, they just don't like my eye shape, because I have downturned eyes. I have like what my parents call sleepy eyes, and it is because I have downturned eyes, and I have a little bit of a hood. It isn't as pronounced as my dad's hood. My dad has really, really like pronounced hooded eyes, but I do have a little bit of a hood. So whenever I look down, or whenever I like tilt my face downwards, the program thinks that I'm actually blinking. And also, every time I look at the camera, like look straight at the camera so that it picks up my open eye movement, yeah, it always has my eyes half open. So, I don't know. I know that there's going to be problems with my glasses because of the reflection, but since I have 3D glasses, and the old 3D glasses that were used on cinemas have this sort of like polarizing filter, I can just cut up one of the old glasses and put it on my camera lens so that it won't be that much of a problem. I don't know, it's just like some of those like details that you gotta figure out so that you don't go insane. I may also just have to put up like a buffer, just like how in the tutorial for blinking eyes that we saw from Mumu Clover, that she sort of gave a buffer for a smiley eyes. I'll probably have to do that as well. for blinking, because my eyes are indeed usually very sleepy or just very droopy. So that is something that I need to work on. But even though I did enjoy rigging the eyes, I think that I only enjoyed it because it was very simple. It was quite literally 2 layers of rigging that I had to do. Imagine people who have to rig like 100 million layers of all of those like eye shadings and effects and the pupils and also the slurs and the highlights, the shadows, the everythings. No wonder rigging is so expensive. I'm gonna try to like rig more stuff. Again, I do have the example bases that Suika and another artist gave out slash sell. So I do have ample resources to practice. But I think that I'll do it mostly on my free time. I would like to rig the Blanketer Ghost model as just like something that I do during streams. I have allotted Mondays to it so that we could do live 2D stuff, experimentation, and then I can focus on illustrating on the rest of my weekdays. I think that would be good because you guys don't know this, but even though I only stream 4 times a week, I do work every single day aside from Saturday. Saturdays are my free days. Well, I say that, but recently I haven't been doing that much work during like the days I don't stream because again, like chronic fatigue stuff. But hey, now that we know the treatment, I am going to start treatment very soon, which it makes me really happy. Honestly, the treatment is something that is very simple. I just need to take very strong supplements, and I am also going to take birth control pills so that I remove my period for an amount of time so that I can recover those reserves of ferritin. And I don't know if people will feel yucky if I say this, but come on, we're all adults here, right? This is an 18+ stream, and I do believe that talking about health, especially when it comes to like my iron deficiency, it just has to be mentioned because yes, I do lose a copious amount of blood every single month, and that unfortunately affects my health. I think that it is also important to mention that because many people think that birth control or any kind of like reproductive health stuff is only just to stop yourself from like having babies and stuff, but it works for so much more than just that. And even if it is just to like protect yourself as like actual birth control, that is also good. But birth control takes so many different forms, and it can work for so many other like different functions. For example, I have a cousin who has PCOS, and she also takes birth control because that regulates her hormones. And that is good because is a bitch, and she also had very similar syndromes to me. Yes. I don't know. I think that maybe it's just that the term birth control can be a little bit problematic for like people who don't really know what it entails. I think that birth control could work with like a little bit of a rebrand. Of course, there's always going to be people that are going to be against it, but there's so much more that we'll know. It is actually a net positive. Oh my gosh. There's so much phlegm. Yeah, I am really, really happy that I finished the line art of this piece. I think that since it was the most complex part, coupled with like the sketching and design process, the rest is going to be a breeze. I'm really excited to be able to actually have this character come to life. When I wake up, I can't even stay up. I also forgot yesterday, but I am definitely going to put up the Rage Game suggestions on the Discord later today. Definitely, you guys gotta remind me. If you like feel like you need to ping me. I'll do that 100%. By the lights, man, this must be the life. I am also wondering if maybe like the bot protection thingamabob that I have, um, can be replaced with something else. Since we already have like the community server, I do know that some people use a bot buffer when it comes to like choosing roles and stuff, and that might actually be a very good option. Instead of using the verification bot that sends you a DM. Because sometimes people have DMs disabled from people on the same server and then they don't get the bot message from the verification bot and just get locked out. I'm pretty sure that's what happened to a couple of people that have tried to join before. And I had to tell them that they needed to activate that. Got a wife. Maybe I am looking for a ride. Eyes. Here, give me a second. I need to make sure that I am lining this correctly. Okay, good. I do really love like the little horn details that I added, the little horn accessories. It makes Thorkin, which is the name of the character, it makes him just feel so much more fancy. Like he is actually this very, very fancy heir of, I believe he is the son of of a demon lord. One thing that I really need to keep consistent as well on these types of commissions is that every accessory and every like clothing item that is drawn in an angle, it also has to fit with the specific like other angles. It has to really feel 3D. And I've only done a couple of these because they are very time consuming. They are very like detail oriented. You have to really put your entire brain into making sure that everything looks correct from every angle, but it does really help a lot as like also a study tool. Making turnarounds, even if it's just for sketching, can actually help out a lot with making your drawings feel more three-dimensional or quote unquote more realistic. It just gives like a girth to them. And you know, that's also why I enjoy sometimes just like popping in on random like art study streams because people have so many different techniques for tackling the same problem and there's always something that you can learn about it. I did mention that I did watch I seen those stream. I watched part of their stream yesterday and he was actually doing a ton of ruffles. Very very cute outfit for his character. slash like VTuber model because he wanted to make more prints of him. And he used a technique of lighting slash drawing ruffles that I had not yet seen before. It was so interesting. I'm definitely going to try it for my personal art. That is, if I do more personal art. I haven't done personal art in 87 years. But yeah, it was a very, very cool hack. He sort of like, I don't want to say reverse engineered because that is not the specific way, but basically, people tell you when you line ruffles that you first should like do the ruffles like this and then do the lines like this. They're sort of like the standard for drawing ruffles. But instead, what I did was that he did this, like did the lines first, and then he drew the ruffles inside. And that's like another way to draw ruffles that I hadn't yet seen before, and that it also works. It sort of works more for like tighter ruffles, but still, it is a very good art hack and just a very good technique to keep in mind. Repent, cause we're soups away from real disaster. So that is something that I'm definitely going to try out. Maybe for the illustrations that I need to do for the Jupiter cover. Which, spoiler alert, I haven't even started yet. And I did say that I wanted to release the cover sometime around December. I need to do that. Two steps away from a real disaster. Slow down and pray. It just doesn't look right. Did I change the horn design on this one? Cause we're still away from a real disaster. I think that I changed the horn design in here and I didn't even notice. I did. I do love the bolt Dorkin. Yeah, okay. So what I gotta do is that I just gotta draw the horn normally. And then add the accessories. That is the way to go. And then that way, can make sure that it is consistent. Yes, I will do that. I do wonder if more artists will start streaming more, because I do really like the art stream. Like if you just are co-working with another artist. And whenever you feel like a little bit tired or like you've just had enough of looking at your art, you can then look up and look at somebody else also struggling with art or just like chilling They're locked in, doing their own thing, and then you can just take a break and watch what they're doing. Sort of like Bob Ross, you know? Maybe that's why Bob Ross was so popular as well. He's just so relaxing to watch. Whether you're an artist or not, you're just there to watch and to chill and to maybe learn something along the way. Sometimes I do believe that many people like tie productivity to the stuff that they watch during their leisure time, and that can be a mistake. Sometimes you should like reserve some time or reserve some content just for you to enjoy. You don't need to learn anything when you're resting. Like if you do, then that's great, but if you're resting, you could also like I need a Bob Ross toggle. Honestly, so true. I have been working on a clown toggle, so I could probably recolor the clown toggle to also be a Bob Ross one. Yes, 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 yes. That is so good. Oh wait, kid is live? I just got the ping. He's playing Ocarina! I love Ocarina. I did say that I'm more of a Majora's Mask fan, and I am going to force him to play Majora's. But I am so glad that he has been enjoying Ocarina of Time so much. It is just so fun to see someone like discover the games that you used to play when you were little. Happy little bush here. Yeah, just a happy little bush. Happy little bush ghost. You know, one of the costumes that I was planning for Halloween was actually the bow from Ocarina of Time. Either a regular bow or one of the Poe sisters. Because those are my favorite enemies in the Zelda games. I love little ghost guys in like any sort of media. So I was hoping that maybe Kid would enjoy the post, but he seems to hate them because they respawn very quickly. Because technically you cannot kill them unless you store them in a jar. You put them in jar timeout. And then there's also like the Poe Trader. I don't think that he has yet to know about the Poe Trader because that's for adult era Link and he hasn't reached that progress time yet. I think that he right now is in child mode. Yeah, because he hasn't completed all of the temples. I know. Has he? No, he has not. He's right now just doing like the forest temple. Last time I checked. Yeah, forest temple, one of the best temples of all time. I love it. Right, no, never mind. He totally is like adult Link. He is able to do adult Link stuff because Forest Temple is after adult era. Yeah. I'm just being dumb. I love both of those games. I even bought Real Ocarina ages ago. Ooh. Ooh, that's so cool. Yeah. I actually am more of a Majora's Mask enjoyer. I really love the care that has been put into Majora's Mask, both the N64 version and the N60 and the 3DS version. Even though the 3DS version did have like a lot of content cut from it, it was just so special to me. I love stories that are about imminent death and about mourning and about loss. I just really love that. I do wish I could like stream the Silent Hill 2 remake in here, but I don't know if my RAM could take it. I'll have to check. I don't know if it would though. It'll probably die half an hour through like it did when I tried to play Silent Hill half a year. I don't know. It does say that Silent Hill 2 and Alpha are pretty unoptimized for computer. But since I have a capture card now, I guess I could try and get it to work on Nintendo. Ni no Kuni. Ni no Kuni? Let me look that up. I do really want to play To the Moon here on stream. I know that Minto is playing it right now, so I'm holding off on it. Oh, wait. Oh, that's so cute. That is very, very cute. Let me see. How much does it cost? Okay, it isn't like super expensive. I may buy it. It is both for a Switch and for Steam. I could buy it on my Switch. Something I do really want to try out as well is play Splatoon with you guys. Have like a little game night where you can play Splatoon with me. I don't have Mario Kart, so I cannot play Mario Kart, but I like Splatoon. I like splooning. Oh, outbreak just started. Feel free to grab a drink, grab a snack, or go to the bathroom. I'll eat a little bit of my cereal in the meantime. Yummy. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't crash your tractor. Hopefully you guys cannot hear my chewing. It's a little bit loud. Okay, I'm done. Yum, 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 yum. That's a little bit of audio delay, so let me fix that before outbreak ends. There we go. Much better. Shine a spotlight on it. Farming Simulator. Ooh, Farming Simulator. I do think that simulator games are like a very good way to chill. I have seen Kid play Water Park Simulator, and I know about Queso's Goop Lagoon because I have seen a lot of celebrities calling out his very bad business practices. But they do seem just like very chill, very fun games to play. That's just so funny to me. I have not touched a simulator since Yandere Simulator, and that was back when I was in high school. Can you guys imagine that? I played Yandere Simulator when I was like in middle school / high school. And they still haven't released the stupid game. They only have one rival. Like, oh my god. Seriously. And people were then like comparing Amori to Yandere Simulator because Amori also took one hell of a lot of time to make. But hey, Amori not only managed to come out, but it was a bop. It was a financial success. And Omokata's still milking that cow. She's still milking that Amori cow. Honestly, good for her. So yeah, it is really, really funny that Yandere Simulator is still not nearly nearly done. Even though it's been like what? It's been more than 10 years, definitely. Like 11 years? Maybe 11 years, yeah. You've got Highland cows and little black sheeps. That is adorable. That is adorable. You know, my dad goes to the countryside every once in a while to like uh visit friends and also to like buy he buys our eggs directly from the countryside because it's cheaper. And also because he just really likes like chatting with the farmers there and loves seeing the cows and the chickens and stuff. And he oftentimes sends us pictures of things of the cows, of the chickens, of the ducks. He hasn't sent us pictures of sheep though, not yet. He has sent us pictures of like horses. And since it is such a small town, my dad comes back with like a bunch of small town gossip. Like about how the brother of the mayoress bought a specific, like, very big villa, and they rerouted like the rivers, a part of like a section of the rivers path to that specific villa, even though it is technically illegal and technically not allowed. And then, oh, congratulations, Space B Wizard, for winning 500 soul coins. 500 doubloons for your doubloon bag. Should I put the subathon toggles as something you can buy now that the subathon is over? I should put them as something like a little bit expensive though. Like something that you gotta save up for. Because people did have to pay real money to get those toggles, those accessories for their wisps in the original subathon. I wanna be fair to them. To the original owners of those. This is still too thin in my opinion. It needs to be way thicker. There we go. That's a better width, methinks. You know, this trick is so old, I don't even remember where I learned it from. Like the first draw in like regular black lines and then erase the area to make thin chains or shoelaces. This is like ancient knowledge passed down through oral tradition, and now I don't know where I learned it from. It's just something that I learned once and never forgot. And now I use it a lot for like these sort of like chains or details. It is so interesting how like little like art tutorials get passed down through social media or through image sharing platforms like Pinterest or I don't know, Instagram, I guess, or Facebook. And even though you don't know who the original creator was, the tips are so good that they just like keep being repeated every single time. I'm sure that everyone knows this art hack. Which is then really cool because it is really, really useful. Oh, and also, you know, on Twitter, usually there's some freaky shit on my timeline. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people are freaky, and that's just a part of the job when you're an artist. You're gonna see some freaky shit sometimes, like, unless you heavily curate your TL on Twitter. And this time, they were like, talking about how usually people that say that they like chubby characters don't really like chubby characters. And then someone was like, oh, actually, this is what chubby characters look like. This is what fat characters look like. Those fake chubby lovers would never handle somebody like that. And it was like an actual picture of Genshin characters in a quote unquote fat AU, and they did sort of like different characters from like least to most fat, the most chubby. And yes, I know it is fetish art, but the anatomy, the amount of detail that is put into how those fat deposits would work in real life, and the fat distribution is so accurate that I saved that picture for future reference. I don't care that it's fetish art, it's useful. Anyways, why are you talking, Destiny? My current map has been rather enjoyable as I brought my full auto C into it. Oh, I love that! I love that. Oh, currently it's the Scottish Highlands. I love that. I love adding OCs into those live simulator games or just anything at all, because you know how you can create your little stories with your little OCs. Hey, you know how difficult it is to get actual chubby people as models for a reference? Like stock pictures that aren't related to fetish? Do you know how hard it is? Hybrid? It is super hard, and of course, you don't want to like encroach into other people's privacy by actually looking at like people's like profile pictures and stuff, and just going through other people's social media. So I'd rather just like use stock pictures or drawings, or just like go to like anatomical resources. But anatomical books, like anatomy books, the ones that you buy and that you have to reference for art school or whatever, they don't really cover how fat works in the human body. And you know, my teacher, who is a very, very good artist, my anatomy teacher, knew about that gap in our books, in our textbooks. And so he made the conscious effort to get plus size models for us so that we could actually get a live practice on drawing plus size people, and also learn how there are actually some areas that don't have fat deposits. Usually it is where your joints are. And usually instead, when somebody is like plus size, the fat will sort of like not be evenly distributed in those areas because it restricts movement. And he taught us all of that. And now getting actual references for plus size people is hell. And of course, when you're an artist that wants to like do things accurately, for skinny characters, it is actually very easy to find different references. But since people don't usually like to draw fat people, chubby people, unless they're fetish artists, you don't really get like that good of like a sample size to make sure that you're doing things correctly. And that's really sad because I do have some plus size characters that I would love to learn how to draw more accurately, especially because I know that that is a gap in knowledge that I have. A lot of my characters are skinny, and I want to change that. I want to get more variety. You know what's also a really big gap in like knowledge and reference? Old people. But like different stages of old people, not just like very, very old, like 90, 80-year-old person. No. I want to get like more. What is middle age? Like more like people in their 50s, 60s, 70s. See that slowly. That very, very slow progression of how somebody's like face matures and becomes more and more old. Usually it is either the extreme. They teach you how to draw a baby, they teach you how to draw a super old person, but we never get like those middle sample sizes. Same thing happens with plus size people. A lot of times it's either or. There's not really like a reference for the slow progression of that. And of course, since fat is going to accumulate very differently on how different people act, there is actually a very big genetic factor on how fat is stored. It can be very, very difficult to be accurate. You gotta just do a lot of studies, man, and there isn't much resources, which again is sad. Because as an artist, I want to represent not just like what is like socially considered the prettiest, but I just want to draw people, whether they are ugly or pretty, fat or skinny, young or old. I want to learn how to draw everything as accurately and as meticulously as possible. That's why I really want to get into scientific illustration. And that's why I'm also aiming to be an art restorator. So that I can like manage to like keep those resources or create more resources for artists like me that want to draw more stuff, that want to have more variety in their style. Ew, babies gross. It's okay. It's okay. The babies are just pictures. They won't slobber all over you. They won't go all goo goo gaga on you. You know, it is very interesting that somebody did point out that in a lot of like anime style or cartoon style drawings, a lot of artists draw babies more as if they were like baby animals with the big eyes and the cute little like small mouth and nose, almost like it is non-existent, almost like it looks bug-eyed. They tend to draw them more like baby animals than like actual human babies, and that actual human babies don't look like how they're drawn in cartoons or in anime and manga. And I think that's very interesting. I mean, I know that newborn babies are ugly. That is just a fact. Newborn babies are all smooshed up and really ugly and are all red and a little bit wrinkly. Some are very wrinkly. But it is interesting how we equate like human babies to also baby babies. Baby babies. Animal babies. Like little kittens and puppies. When I'm president of the US, I'm going to outlaw babies on planes. But then how are people with babies are going to like, how are people with babies going to travel then, hybrid? You cannot just outlaw parents. Like so many things to outlaw babies from, and you chose planes. 1, they won't. 2, train. 3, they can be stored outside. Yeah, just create a nursery area for planes, and it is located right above the plane. Who cares if the babies asphyxiate? They should have thought about that before having them. Fuck them kids. I think that after my sister had children and my uncles had like kids and stuff, I became way more tolerant to children. Don't get me wrong, I don't like, well, I do like children, but I don't love them. It's not like I want children or that I would want them for an extended period of time. Like, I am not very fond of babysitting, but you know, I understand that when you're a child, everything is so intense for no goddamn reason. I empathize. I worked in retail and encountered other people's children. It made me less tolerant. Well, yeah, but then that's just the parents' problem. That's just the parents that raise little brats. The good news is that birthdays are reclining, yeah. The babies will go away. They'll disappear because of capitalism. So true. I mean, it's not just because of capitalism, it's also because somehow young men have decided that they want to be rampant misogynists. For some reason. So, yeah, no woman is going to touch that with a 10-foot pole. I'm sorry to the misogynistic men on my streams, which, to be honest, I don't think there should be any. But yeah, it's also because, like, young men are becoming way more conservative. And women are finally realizing that they don't have to take shit from men. So, a lot of relationships last shorter or they're just not, like, really happening. So, yeah. Because you guys have no idea how teenage men are right now. Like teenage boys. It's insane some of the shit they spout. Like how did they learn that? This is why I am exposing my child to James Charles as soon as they are born. That way they have no choice but to become a gay makeup artist. People cite economic factors, but it feels like our whole generation got raised by a generation that had kids that it didn't want. Honestly, that also can be it. I do think that the pressure of having children has been a burden that a lot of people had, especially in more conservative countries. You guys know that Colombia is a very conservative country. And I am, of course, subject to those traditional conservative values a lot of times. But the good thing is that my sister had all of the children that we could ever want. I mean, she only had like 2 kids, but still. Every time they ask me if I'm gonna have children, I just tell them my sister already had enough children for us both. And then they shut up. But that's because I have a marginally more progressive family. My family is far more progressive than like the usual. So they're a little bit nicer. Oh my god, hybrid, I'm so sorry. That sucks. But yeah. I do think that there's a lot of pressure on how to like sort of like fix the mistakes that your parents made when you were raised, and sometimes there's a lot of overcorrecting because some parents just let their children do whatever the fuck they want. And that is not how it should be. Children should not be allowed to do whatever the fuck they want. They don't even know how to make simple math. They don't know how to write an MLA formatted paper. I think that also kids being exposed to social media has like changed up a lot. How they are being raised and how like they perceive their world now, because I'm pretty sure that the reason why teenage boys are being far more conservative than before is because now there's a lot more like outright podcasts that are just available everywhere for them to watch, and actually the outright pipeline is very easy to fall into. Like, it is so easy, and I don't know why. I don't know why it's become so easy to fall into an old right pipeline. Even from like the most like innocuous hobbies. Emily, icky. I know, but I had to do that. Feels like my parents' mistake was having kids. I'll address this in the future. I'll address this later. The trauma can't wait. Alpha podcasts tell young men that there's nothing wrong with their scummy behaviors and that it's a woman's fault. Yeah. Yeah. And when you're a hormonal teenager, that actually sticks. That's like actually something that does stick into those young malleable minds. Guys, we're done with the line art. We delete the bald over there. Bold. But yeah, it is very easy to fall into an alt-right or alpha male podcast pipeline if you are young and male in this generation. And it is very difficult to get out. Especially since there's like such an overabundance of like yes men when it comes to that behavior. Like, the incel communities are scary. It is very scary how enabling incel communities are to scummy behaviors. And when you have an echo chamber of everyone telling you that there's nothing wrong with you and it's society's fault, it's women's fault, it's the liberals' fault, it's just the woke mob's fault, it is difficult to like get out of that mindset. I'm 30 and I have had one girlfriend in my life. It's okay, Destiny. I am 24 and I also have had only one girlfriend in my life. I mean, there's huge money in enabling shit behavior. Yeah, that is true. At the end of the day, there's a lot of grifters. Like, to both sides. And I think that I'm done. I do think that I should, for the line art, I think that the full body should be on this side. And the summon should be on this side. There we go, beautiful. Maybe I should try and put up like the tail as well over here, you know, just like a little colon. I can do that. Like, oh wow. I used to date a lot, but I've been alone for a while now, and it's 100% my choice. But because I haven't dated in so long, people think I'll relate to their insult nonsense. Oh my god, that's insane. You know, that works both ways. That works both ways. Because again, I have not dated since my first girlfriend. And we broke up pretty quickly because, like, we both weren't really, like, ready for a relationship. Me, I just like realized that I was way more asexual than I thought I was. And I still broke up in good terms. We're still like mutuals and stuff. But people often try to like hype me up and say that the reason why I haven't found like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or whatever is because it is totally because everyone has such high standards now and it is so bad and blah 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 blah. Like, dude, no. I'm okay. I just don't want to date. I really do not want to date. It is okay. I am happy being by myself. And I know that there's probably people that I will mess in well out there, but I just don't want to do it. And I think that people should respect that choice. And just because a relationship fails or relationships fail, it does not mean that the world is doomed or that everyone sucks. It may just mean that maybe you just need to have some time alone to like improve on yourself, work on yourself, be happy with yourself. Yeah. You know, Space Wizard, I also overheat really, really quickly. And I believe that sharing a bed with another human being is actually a torture. It's actually a torture experience. When I was little, I used to be very, very afraid of the dark, so I used to sleep with my parents. But I hated sleeping with my parents as well because I overheated so quickly and I could feel them move and it was awful and I hated it. Like, I am not made to be with a partner. Like, I know that there are things that I just don't feel compatible. Our relationship is just not appealing to me. The core of insult logic is very much it's everyone else's fault because other people are the common denominator, which is such like a strawman argument because if everyone sucks and all of the relationships you're in have been bad, even though you try to date a variety of people, then I'm sorry, but the common denominator is you. I've been an insomniac since birth. Laying in bed with someone when I can sleep and can't move was very difficult. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine. I'm not an insomniac, but I do tend to overheat easily, and I don't like being touched. I don't like being touched often. Hugs are my worst nightmare. I don't like hugs. I also don't like kisses. I don't like any of the touchy stuff. That's why I'm a ghost, so that people cannot touch me. Yeah. It's just that, you know, I do think that also being alone can, like, work a lot to, like, learn about yourself. I think that being able to, like, exist with yourself and learn how to, like, just, get to know yourself better can actually be very, very good for younger generations, especially when there's so much like noise out there. I got cat mentality. I like touch, but it has to be my choice. That is very, very valid. Consent is very, very important, and I'm very glad that the common like thoughts about consent are shifting towards like people actually knowing what it means and what it entails, and people are now like far more receptive to you wanting to have boundaries with yourself, which is good. Okay, I need to go to the bathroom for a little bit. I'll be right back. Go play some words, guys. Play words. Whoa. Not that. Wormy. Hi, Wormy. Hi, Wormy. Hi. Ah, too bad you lost that words. That's so sad. Oh, Wormy, hi. Congratulations on your yummy on the coffee bean. Yippee! I hope you enjoyed very much. Also, I just realized I completely forgot to line the scales on Thorcon. I'm a little bit stupid. Bear with me. But yeah, give me a second. Hi, I'm back. Hello. I hope that you guys enjoyed your words. You guys enjoy your words? I hope that you guys enjoyed them. Do they match? Yes, they match. Good. There we go. How you doing, Wormy? How you doing this lovely night? Oh my god, why is my computer lagging so much? Is it because... Is anything running in the background that shouldn't be running in the background? Let me see. Okay, AMD needs an update, that could be it. Fuck! Adobe Acrobat Updater, why are you here? I hate Adobe Acrobat Updater. This is my worst enemy. I don't even know why Adobe Acrobat Updated is there. When I have put Adobe Acrobat Updated to not launch on startup, but it just doesn't care. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna, like, follow that instruction that you put for me. I'm just gonna do my thing. Yeah, okay, bye. Look, and it's still there. It's still there. It's still in the stupid, task manager. Anything here that should not be on? No, it seems not everything's cool. Adobe is Symantec. It just does what it wants. God fucking damn it. Adobe, I hate you so much. This is why I don't fucking like you. Oh my god. Well, I mean, I also have a couple tabs in Waterbox open, but it shouldn't be making performances bad. I have like good specs. This laptop, all things considered, is really good. Fucking Norton. Yeah, I don't have Norton. I hate Norton. All of my homies hate Norton. But yeah, it shouldn't be this bad. I'll like check up my settings. Yeah, let me do something. Tail? tail, tail, tail. There we go. That way the front also has the tail, and the back is the only one that doesn't have the tail, because we do gotta have like the details. The tail has to be unfortunately blacked out from the front. And that way we're able to see the tail in all of its glory. From the side, I made sure to make the tail as straight as possible so that you could sort of like discern the size of the tail, the proportions of the tail. All my homies commit tax fraud. So true. I commit tax fraud every single day. By refusing to get a job. By the way, really funny. I was a little bit worried about like the subathon thing, that maybe I had to like declare taxes and I wouldn't be able to like set that up properly. So I asked my aunt, who is an accountant, and she was like, "Oh no, you gotta like earn like over 6 million pesos a month for like a couple of months before you actually get to declare taxes." And 6 million pesos in US dollars. Let me see how much that is. Let me do a quick conversion. Porque yo te quiero para mí y solo para mí. Okay, so 6 milli is around $1,600 a month. So true, hybrid. I wish I won $6 million a month. But yeah, I should like be gaining like $1,600 a month, and I'm definitely not doing that. So they were like, yeah, don't worry about it, Ghost. You're not gonna need any tax declaration. The IRS is not going to get your ass. 1,600 is not huge. Yeah, it's not huge, but it's definitely above minimum wage. It's like 4-ish times what minimum wage is right now, I think. Let me see. I believe minimum wage is it's around like, yeah, 1,600,000 times 4. Yeah, around like 3.5 times more. Yeah. Yeah, let me see. Not 3.5? Okay, it's around 3.8-ish. The minimum wage here in Colombia. I hate taxes. We need to hunt down H&R Block. What is H&R Block? I assume that it's like a thingy from the US or from Canada that are evil capitalists and do evil capitalist shit. I'm so smart. I know. Experts in geopolitics hate me. They're scared of me, of how big my brain is. They're a tax filing program, which filing taxes should be free, but that's a whole... Wait, filing taxes is not free for you guys? You have to pay to file taxes? Oh, I see. They make taxes super difficult. I don't know how to pay taxes, so I don't know how difficult paying taxes in my country is, but I'm sure that it's probably really hard and very difficult. Oh, well, maybe not. I think that it could be really straightforward. You can file free, but it's a pain in the rear. I can imagine. I know that my parents hire my aunt as an accountant because they just don't want to be bothered by it. But I know that you could probably, like, file taxes yourself. Like, that is an option. Probably not the fun one. I see. That sucks. And honestly, that is so on brand. That is so on brand for capitalism. Man, do you guys remember this game called The Boogeyman that was a pain in the ass to complete? I remember that one. Yay, corruption! Yippee! I'm blaming on the good times. Blame it on the boogie. Blame it on the boogie. I wish I could blame everything on the boogie. If I could, I would blame everything on the boogie. My tax evasion, my arson charges, my medical malpractice. It's just because of the boogie, man. It's just boogie. Elect me for president. Simplify taxes, no babies on planes. So true, hybrid. I would vote for you. Blame it on the boogie. Boogie. I do really love the song, though. I love Michael. Shout out to all my Michaels out there. I need to take my meds. Take your meds! Take your meds right now! Let's take our meds together, everybody. Yep, bye! Yo seré el viento que va, navegaré tu oscuridad. Rocío, me antidepressants, yeah. Whoa, let's go! I need to get a psychiatrist. I've been on meds of years. Go get an appointment right now. Or maybe not right now. It might be late for you, but get it as soon as possible. Take your meds. I already took my meds. I took them during an outbreak. See, I am being good. I did not take my iron supplements though, because they make my tummy hurt. They do give me, like, very bad stomach aches for some reason. I literally finished my psych appointment about 12 hours ago. So true! Take your meds! Take those antidepressants, Spooky. I love Lexapro. I love FXer. They're my homies. Okay, I think we're good now. Whoop! There we go. Look at that tail. That's a tail if I've ever seen one. Let me detail also this tail. It's kind of plain. Tú y yo. Sin misterio. Sin misterio. Sin misterio. Seré tu amante bandido, bandido. Corazón, corazón malherido. Seré tu amante cautivo, cautivo. Seré Hacen mirar adorado enemigo. Huracán, huracán abatido. Me perderé en un momento contigo. Por siempre seré tu héroe de amor. Seré tu héroe de amor. Don't be fooled by the fact that this duet is sang between a man and a woman. The song is gay as hell because the male singer, which is like the singer of the original song, is actually gay and was openly gay, and now a lot of his love songs are about gay love. Love wins, everybody. You take Lexapro? Yeah, I do. I take Venlafaxine, the highest dosage. Yippee! Venlafaxine is the generic name, so that's the one that I get, like, dispensed. But, the brand name is Lexapro. That's the one that I have to buy if I forget to, like, get my refills. Whoopsie daisy! What up? Let's go! I love taking my antidepressants. Yeah, I do take the highest dosage, which is like 150 milligrams every day. And they are yummy and help me not want to die. And actually help me with sleep. Because I used to have panic attacks in my sleep for some reason because my body hates me. Imagine waking up in the middle of a panic attack and you don't know why. That's what I used to have before I was medicated. Aripiprazole. Take 1.5 pills. Oh, but which one? For like 150 or like 75 or 32.5? Sharkquill makes me want to keep living. Is a sedative and mood stabilizer. Wow. That is good. I used to take paroxetine for a while to help with my SPD, sensory processing disorder. But now I don't need to take them anymore because I don't go out as much. Take that as you will. Bah. God damn it, why are you delayed again? What? I'm just gonna put you right here. There you go. You better? Yeah, you better. Let me see. I'm learning so much. Well, yeah, I take a very high dosage of meds. So I cannot quit cold turkey or else I start tweaking a little. I get really bad night terrors if I forget to take my meds. Really, really bad night terrors. Like, actually very, very gnarly. And very upsetting. But it's okay. Because I do not forget my meds often. I only forget them when I'm a little bit, like, off in the head. And I forget to take them. Yes, that is a word. That is a full sentence. That makes sense. I get depressed and very angry. That only starts happening to me after I've quit for a while. After like I've forgotten for a while because maybe I ran out and I haven't been able to get a refill. But yeah, it is really, really hard when you have to stop taking your meds for whatever reason. Like having to like not stop taking them cold turkey for whatever reason. I do get very depressed, very angry, very irritable, and also very, very like anxious. It's not good. Okay. This time I'm done. This time I'm like done, but like for real this time. There we go. Yippee! This character is supposed to be a descendant of Helen of Troy. Am I bipolar and insomniac? That sounds like so bad. But yeah, mental health. Take your meds and go to therapy if you need to. Actually, even if you don't need to, sometimes going to therapy just to like get like a little mental health check is okay too. Your general practitioner is not going to ask you about how you're feeling, but your therapist will. Yippee! Thank you so much for following Zebby. 360 followers. That's amazing. Hello and welcome, Zebby. Feel free to unfollow me anytime, but the soul part is permanent. Your soul is forever mine and there is no refunds. Oh, I love this song. I really, really love like the Evelyn's Chronicles series. It is so good. And it is like so cool and deep, and then seeing like the soul reincarnations and then how those reincarnations work, and also like how new souls are introduced, like new people, because some of them choose to like stay in the heavenly slash hellish yard, so new souls have to be introduced. We're all wisps here under the care of the great ghost. I mean, care is a very interesting word because I am only connecting you guys so that Frida can eat you after we gather enough. Sorry, guys. Sorry to break the news this way. But we do need to get baby girl her nutrition, or else she will kill me. She will pee on my blanket. Again. Frida bait. Ooh, so true. Frida is just really, really bite friendly. She just really likes biting and eating, and specifically soul. She really likes soul flavored stuff. Wisp flavored specifically. Actually, Frida has been starting to like wake up a little bit earlier now, so now she wakes me up at like 3:30 a.m. by biting my shoulder. The bug! So true. The blanketer ghost. You know, Sanu did ask me while we were on call on her server, because he realized during the collab thingamabob for the big group chat that some people call me Ghost and some other people call me Blanket, and he asked me if maybe that's why my username was like that, if it was because both Blanket or Ghost are like good names for me, they can call me whichever, and I was like, well, yes, but actually no, like that wasn't my initial intention. my initial intention was about how people have really, really good pattern recognition. And that's why when you see like a blanket or like a sheet or clothes like strewn around in your room on the dark, you get to like see figures of people where there aren't any, just because we're just so good at pattern recognition that we create those like silhouettes in our minds. We complete the image. I wanted to get like a little wordplay in that, but initially, it was because my name was Blanket Ghost. But Blanket Ghost is taken in most social media, so I had to create like a creative name that like related to ghosts, but also like related to blankets, but it also sounded good. Especially because I didn't want any dots or hyphens in my name. I didn't want that. So I started reading up on that pattern recognition stuff, and I thought that it was pretty cool. Yippee! Oh, Outbreak just started. Outbreak started, guys. Go grab a drink, grab a snack, go to the bathroom, whatever you may need. It's okay. Outbreak will end soon. It doesn't even affect you, Destiny. You're subbed. Bum 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 ba-da-dum bum 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 ba-da-dum. Oh my god! Huh? Huh? What? What happened? Oh, it's because I did the throw stuff at me redeem. I like cleared up my requests and that was there. Ah, I remember. Wow. Why did my whip of Crony and Yomi's commission get reblocked by username VTuber Armpit Enjoyer? Why did they reblog that? Why did they reblog that? I'm gonna kill myself. I'm gonna die. Why? I'm gonna put a censor bar next time I show my next whip of this commission specifically. Fuck my stupid back alive. This is what happens. When you fly too close to the sun. Next time I'm gonna have VTuber Feet Enjoyer reblogging my next post because somebody commissioned me something with having to do with feet. That is my destiny now. Ugh. Well, I guess I should be flattered. This is a very good armpit. I guess. It does lack a little bit more detail though. I'll have to like. No, you know what? I'll just keep it as is. It doesn't need to be more detail. I'm not gonna give the people more fodder. R34 already has way too many entries. And I have already seen enough. I've gone to bed listening to your stream so I can hear it and focus. And so you can get the view too. Thank you so much, Destiny. I'm sorry that you had to listen to me rant about VTuber armpit enjoyer. Well, I guess that just means that it was very well drawn. It's a very good armpit, I guess. God fucking damn it. You know, and the funniest part is that when Kid made that TikTok about like the venti commission, I was like, you know what? Sure, if that happens to me, as long as they pay enough, I'll do whatever. And he was like, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You don't know the pain. You don't know the suffering. I think that I'm starting to understand his point of view. I think that I'm beginning to understand. You know, the thing about Ever After High hairstyles is that they have to be like very clearly sectioned because of the way that the illustrator does hair. That can be a double-edged sword in my opinion. It can make for very pretty hairstyles, but it can also make your life absolute hell. I do really want to like upgrade the specific, like, not only character art for like my main Ever After High OCs, but also I want to create a small animatic / music video of the OC that won Character of the Month last year. I think that he deserves to be loved. And also, I think that I would really like to lean in on his role as a villain in the story. He is very evil and very fucked up. But it's okay because it's just a guy. It was like one of those revenge plots that go way too far and that eventually get out of control. They did tell me that I should put some egg motifs in here for some reason. I need to like read back on the character's reference to make sure to know what they're talking about, like egg motifs. Why egg specifically? What is the importance of eggs in this story? Just as all I got. Sometimes you gotta do a little evil. Sometimes you just gotta be a little evil and a little fucked up. And I think that it should be allowed. It should be allowed. It should be allowed to be slightly evil every once in a while. Or not slightly. Let me see if I can get the character's reference over here. Cute. I think that there's now like a feature where you can put other usernames in folders. That would be very, 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 very useful for me. My DMs are a mess and a half. That's Hamblu. That's Gooey. Jojo. Who is Jojo? Oh, that's actually the person I was looking for. It's okay, it's just a nickname. It's just a nickname. It's It's not their username. Okay. I can just go to their character page to make sure that I can like get the this guy. Yeah, I can just go to like their username. Oh, okay. Oh, see. Prosperity, Virginia, Matrimonial, Yano. Was it Yano or Lano? Lano. My Fong, Antonio, Claude, Connor, Yvette, Galvin, Gil, Gwen, Olivia, Lenarius, Plenty, Tracy, Precious, Quinny. Wait, really? Bertie, Glassity, Huckleberry, Jezebel, Trixie, Mallory, Thorian, Royal. Wait, where are they? No pickups with Nurse, Krampus, Helen of Troy, Helen of Troy, Helen of Troy, Helen of Troy. Sir Gawain, Queen Anne, Kitty, Toby, Venus, Juno, Helen of Troy. There we go. It's Phoebus Thrace. There we go. What does egg have to do with you, Mr. Phoebus? Appearance. Sheep, scones, and golden eggs. Oh, because of a golden geese? A golden goose? Interesting. Gallery. I think that they have some doodles on the gallery. Yes. Actually, I was right. He does have like a little like uppercut. Me when I have a fucka's little uppercut. It's just so like jock coded for some reason. Golden egg. How can I include golden eggs into this guy's design? Okay, first of all, let me add that olive thingamabob. Man, I really love like these kinds of songs. They're so good. I love Gumi. Have I told you guys that I love Gumi? Because I love Gumi. I love Gumi McBoyd. I love McBoyd Gumi. I love the Bokuloid Boys by Megumi Nakajima. I love Internet Co's most popular Bokuloid. ちょっと待って、今だけどさ、その手離さないで。泣き虫だぼう、ななならないわ、ななななななななななななな。Oh, my goal is like to cover more Gumi songs. I love Gumi. It does help also that her range is very close to mine. Not all of the time, but a lot of the time. Ooh, wait, I can put the eggs here! Yes! Egg! I love this song too. It is so cute. It's about a robot that wants to learn how to love. ちょっと待って. But they're lonely. And they're a little cowardly because they don't want to get their feelings hurt. Egg. Yeah, this is supposed to be like... Just like a fuck-ass little shirt. Yeah, I just love... I think that people are more willing to be a little bit more weird with Gumi because, sure, she is popular, but she isn't as popular as Miko. Because, you know, I haven't heard like that many weird songs with Miku as I have with Gumi or Dean or Len. I think that it also has to do with like Mambo P. Mambo P does a lot of Gumi songs, and Mambo P songs are usually really, really weird. One of my favorite songs by Mambo P is called God as a Cheapskate, and it is so good. It was one of my favorite like Gumi rock songs ever. I wish I could cover it, but I would have to like change the key of it so that it sounds good. Because the key's a little bit too much for me. I just love Gumi songs. Gumi songs are so cool. Gumi songs are so great. Gumi songs are amazing. There's then this one Gumi song that was like had a music video animated in Flipnote, the program from Nintendo that talked about Cleopatra's life, like a like biopic or not biopic, but an interpretation of Cleopatra's life story. And oh my god, it was heart wrenching, and also it was such a good music video. It was so good, and the fact that it was made in Flipnote was also very, very impressive. Also, hi, Paige. Hi. It was indeed a very good song. Yeah, I can put the egg over here. Egg. There we go. It is Last Pharaoh. I have a better idea. I mean, I do like that, but I think that we could do it a little bit better. It's going to be like small. Las caleñas me hacen mirar. Son rosas de un jardín de amor que la... Yeah, I love when I am able to like sort of make like cool interpretations of like period attire for Ever After High characters. It's just so cool to be able to like work to modernize something but still like keep the spirit of it in some sort. It's like little cool motives that the characters are based off of. Alina ships calm some golden eggs. The art is doing good. I finished the line art of one commission today. Now I'm doing the sketch. Sort of like the sign process of the second commission, which is for a Never After High character. My beloved Dead series. Did I do anything to do with like bracelets? Yeah, I did like add a bracelet, but that's on this other hand. Okay. I do wonder what those were for in like ancient Greece era. I assume it's just like for decoration or for, I don't know, looking pretty, for accessorizing. But I do wonder if maybe one time it did have like a functional purpose, like a version of like a bag or something, like a need. Do you think the Greeks invented this need? Do you think the Greeks could have invented the need? Or do you think that nobody could have been genius enough to invent the need? You know, that could be true. It could be like a fun little shawl to put on whenever it got cold. A very fashionable little shawl. This shirt is gonna have a lot of wrinkles because it's going to be made out of like the same like lightweight fabric linen that has like this very specific creasing. Linen actually creases so easily even though it's like very lightweight and very airy. La 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 la. Outside, oh. I still love how like smart the lyrics are in this song. I mean, I know that it is probably like very simple, but for people that have like English as their second language, it does take a little bit of time to understand. And when you understand it, you're like, "Oh my god, that's amazing." Love me, hate me, say what you want about me, but all of the boys and all of the girls are begging to have you CK me. Baby, say you see what I see. All of the boys and all of the girls are begging to have you CK me. Amy told me that she's come to pick me up. So not the club, oh. In my way, oh, oh. Then again, I am really bad at getting innuendos in songs. It took me a really, really long time to learn about the innuendo in Anaconda by Nicki Minaj. I really didn't know much about it. I knew that it was about butts, but I still didn't know what the anaconda meant and why there was an anaconda in the song. I may be a little stupid, but it's okay because I admit it. About me, oh, but can't you see what I see? Oh, say what you want about me. I love singing songs without knowing the innuendo behind it. Right, admission? Sometimes you just gotta let yourself be pure of heart. Waiting here forever. Baby, baby. Baby, baby. baby, baby, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Egg pin. It needs to be egged up. Say what you want about me, but all of the boys and all of the girls are begging to have you see, me love. You say, can't you see what I see? All of the boys and all of the girls are begging to have you see, me. Egg choker. Egg choker for egg motive. So all of the girls are begging to have you see, me. What you want about me? Can't you see what I see? Oh, say what you want about me. Begging to have you see, me. At night is summer, and the moonlight sleeps from the shore. The songs were singing softly forlorn. Songs on my list. You know, the song is so deceiving because you think that finally everything is going to be okay, but no, it's not going to be okay. I love Over the Garden Wall, but this scene now, it just has like so much foreboding in it. Like, I know something bad is going to happen after this relatively very beautiful, calm scene and actually kind of cute and very like triumphant and stuff, but no, things are only going to get worse and you're going to experience worse horrors. I love Over the Garden Wall. I did end up rewatching it privately because even though I did set up the events, I forgot to like do the pinging for everyone, and yeah. It nobody put up like they were interested and stuff, so I just watched it by myself. I was just a little silly. I was just a little silly, you see. I guess I've avoided cliches. On the ones on the shores instead, taking my time, thinking it's a pink wine meant for two. It's a beautiful city for subs. Turn out the lights, we're too clever for that, and I know we're not in love, so we're so with the two of us. That's good, at least. Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind it. But I do think that Over the Garden Wall would be better if I like did it after Halloween, because Over the Garden Wall takes place quite literally during the night of Halloween / the couple of days after. So it will be better if we did it like after Halloween. Like we started on the 31st and then we went out to like December 9th, I think. Yeah, December 9th, December 10th. Not December, November. I know that we tried to survive all the lights we couldn't endure. it's okay. We've got next year. There's always next year. I know. These dangly thingamabobs are too wide. They should be a little bit shorter. You know, they need to be a little bit more dainty. Yeah, I love this song. Bing, man, I'm so sad that Sailor Fag no longer does music because he was popping off back in the day. It's just so. He would have been R.I.P. Sailor Fag. He would have loved Brad Summer. There we go. No sufro por tonterías. Si un hombre me da hueva, pues borrón y verga nueva. Culea, 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 culea. Canina, perrita, nunca tu gatitas. Nunca tu gatita. This is Eggpin. I hope that you enjoy Eggpin. Canina, perrita, nunca tu gatita. Sácate nomás. No soy can, pero sí la más canina. Contra la bocina. Las niñas ratas esta noche todas. A sueño recaremos todas. Fuimos niños, hemos culea. Culea. Culea, culea, culea. Ba. Okay. Canina perita, tu gatita. Now, for the pants, they need to be straight. I mean, the character isn't straight, but the pants need to be straight. Because they're supposed to emulate, like, little pillars. Este culo hay que mover y este culo hay que mover. 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 No, that is wrong. That's not how the hemline would work. There would be a hemline here. Man. I think that I should do more studies with, like, characters in pants. I feel like I am missing a lot of variety on how, like, pants can work. In terms of, like, character design and fashion, I do follow, like, a lot of male fashion influencers, like Wisdom K, and the name is evading me right now, but I follow more than just Wisdom K, trust. And I don't really focus on the pants as much. I usually just focus on like the layering that they do with their top pieces. But maybe I should pay more attention to the types of pants they use and the more interesting silhouettes that they can create with them. But I really, really want to get better at like male fashion. Or at masculine fashion. Because I do think that it is indeed like I don't know how to say it, a downfall of mine, a weak point. It's made of ice, You know, a lot of people say that it is unfair to call Helen of Troy, well, Helen of Troy, because she is actually from Sparta and she was living a happy life in Sparta with her husband before she got kidnapped. And I do think that is like a very interesting thing to say because she was indeed from Sparta. The only reason we know her as Helen of Troy is because, well, she got abducted by Paris. And I do wonder how that shifted, how like the nickname Helen of Troy came about, because it wasn't in the original book. At least not that I remember. I did not read like all of the Iliad, I only read excerpts, the ones that were relevant to my classes, but still, I feel like they never called Helen of Troy. Like, call her like Helen. Unless she was born in Troy and then went to Sparta and got married, I don't know. But I do really think that she was the daughter of a Spartan king, wasn't she? Let me Google Helen of Troy real quick. Yeah, in ancient Greek, she was just called Helen. Quite literally just Helen. Helen of Troy or Helen of Sparta. And the sister of Clytemnestra. Oh, she was the sister of Clytemnestra? I didn't know that. And she was indeed the queen of Sparta. She was married to the king of Sparta, Menelaus. So promise me what they're all. Somebody's using the peak server. I'm so happy. Somebody's using the peak server I made so that people could peek together. I'm so happy. I love it when people peek together. Yeah, I do really think like maybe like the the pillar settings, they could have like a little embroidery on them so that it shows that they're actually pillars. Or that they're based off of pillars. That would be fun. Once again, I need to draw feet. Why do I punish myself by having to draw feet? started. I love this song so much, and I don't know why. Just feels so nostalgic. So pretty. Again, I do think the fact that Dreamland got popular by that one song because of like a Dream Not Found fanfic did really like make people ignore a lot of the actual other songs in the album that again are really good. I do really like Heatwaves too, but like there's many other songs that also are very very good. It's just sad that it just ended up being known as like the Heatwaves album, the album where Heatwaves is. I wanna hold you like you're mine.
No es, hay mucho hueco. Bueno, hay unos que tengo que.
Feet? What do you mean by feet? No. Oh, the rise fame of being in Troy, people associated her with the kingdom of Troy and call her that. Thank you, the mission. The moonlight, you're gone. I want to see if there's actually a neck choker. That would be so funny. Trying to make it all elegant and sophisticated, and then it's just egg choker. Oh, my dad is grinding up some coffee. Yummy. More coffee. I know what I'm gonna drink after stream is over. Shell shockers. No. Egg choker. Egg choker in Onyx. Oh my god, there is egg chokers. They do look oddly sexual though. You know, it is really funny that Crony keeps on like trying to defeat the allegations, but he's just digging himself into a deeper hole. He should just embrace it. For the money. Do it for the money, Crunster. And then the giant feet at his debut. I don't know if you guys were for Crony's debut. He debuted like his little schoolboy outfit. Super cute, by the way. I love the design. I was fangirling all the way when I first saw it. I like sent screenshots of the little details I noticed to Crony and Liam's. One foot. 2 foot. I know that they're toes, but I like calling them foot because it feels less weird. All the things you said, running through my head. Do you guys know that the original Tattoo, like the original band called Tattoo that made this song, are actually not lesbians, and it was just a marketing ploy to get all of the emo gays, to get all of the gay emos to listen to their music, and goddamn it, did it work. Oh yeah, I also stopped watching after he started playing this patch because I didn't want to get spoiled if I eventually played it too. Ah yes, the big corpo queer baiting. Yeah, and then it was revealed that the tattoo girls not only weren't lesbians, but they also weren't dating, and that one of them was homophobic. And the worst part is that it did fucking work. Us queer gays were queer gays. Us queer emos were all over that band. We're like, oh my god. Our beauty queens. The way that Seltzer Space Wizard. You see, when I tell you guys that I am super eloquent and good with my words off stream, I do really mean it. I have no proof, but just trust me. I am very, very good. The way you said that was like a reveal of a horror story. It was a horror story for us. Also, by the way, the fact that this song is classified as pop is just so weird to me. What even is pop? What classifies as pop? Why is this pop? I always thought that it was like rock or emo, because emo is also a genre, but still. This pop? Pop is anything catchy at this point. God damn it. You know, I would love to make a cover with someone on this song, but I don't think I know anybody who can sing in this register. Who can sing like in this register. register or like voice range. I don't know. I don't know anybody who would like be willing to sing with me this cover. But it's so good, guys. And also maybe it would be a little bit unfair because I literally just be singing harmonies in this song. I love this song. It's so good. Oh my god. The Egg Guardian Choker by Bisu Lovely. Fucking love Shugokira. Egg, 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 egg. Egg. Me when I egg. So true. What am I even talking about? ありふれた恋の頃に捕まえて Wait, how does that work? Okay, no, you're the inner ring. Okay, good to know. Oh, this song is so hype. I would put this song in the gym if I went to the gym. Macho! Macho! Viva la macho! 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 Viva la macho! Nine! Fight! Fighters! Hype me up! Macho! Macho! Viva la macho! 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 Viva la macho! I mean, isn't the song so hype? And by the way, the death metal is done by Baby Bird, by the actual Baby Bird. Macho! I do think that Screamer must be really, really harsh on the on the vocal cords, wouldn't it? I did really like try to like learn how to sing screamer back when I was a little baby, but I wasn't able to do it for very often. I got like really bad sore throats. Perhaps singing death metal just wasn't in my destiny, in the cards for me. I think I'm gonna leave it as is because I don't wanna like add any more details that I may have to change. This is the basic approved design, so I wanna leave the basic approved design before I continue with anything else. Light me up, macho, macho, viva la macho. Okay, but this armpit really is pissing me off. It just doesn't feel accurate enough. For some reason. It could be that the line art is just too strong. That could be it. Gotta hydrate a lot for sure. I can imagine it must be really, really harsh on your vocal cords to do that like consistently. No. Se. No. Se. Say oa oa o o oa oa blah blah oa oa bo o oa oa blah blah blah. You know, I recommended I recommend the Cuarteto de Nos Tuñacos to 7. I wonder if they like it. I wonder if they liked it. This song won a Grammy for some reason. But honestly, I like it. It is really fun. Blah, blah. Oh, ad break just started, guys. Remember to hydrate, grab a snack, grab a drink, whatever you may need. I think that I'm gonna take a little break to refill in my drink because I'm already out of water, so I'll be right back. No, we lost. There's nothing better than a cup of coffee in the middle of the night. I love coffee. Yum, 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 yum. I love coffee. I love coffee. I love coffee. Coffee, my best friend. Isn't that right, Frida? No, you cannot drink coffee too, Frida. You cannot. Frida, I think Frida wants to drink coffee, guys. Should I be concerned? Coffee is actually poisonous to cats. I'm sorry, Frida. I know that you're a Colombiana. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, the mission. Don't worry about it. Water, coffee, the same difference. Welcome back, Stefan. How are you doing? How did band practice go? Also, what do you play any like cover songs or only originals? Well, I am glad. You know, I think that it would be really, really cool if I was in a band. Problem is that I am way too scaredy for that. We play some covers, but mostly originals. Ooh. That's so cool. Yeah, I've composed some songs on stream. I have worked on them every time I get some. Freak! Thank you so much! Blow! I can't believe it's been 8 months already. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. 8 months. 8 entire months. How was Crony stream? How was Crony stream? I could only be there for a little bit, but how was Crony stream? I wanna know. Did he win? Was he winning? Did he get the split die superhero that serves cunt? Which is the only thing that I know about that superhero, by the way. Also, Freak, you missed my crash out because I checked my X notifications while I was on ad break, and guess who reblogged the whip of this commission? It was Twitter username VTuber Armpits Lover. No, VTuber Armpits Enjoyer. VTuber Pete Enjoyer. What am I supposed to do with that, Freak? What am I supposed to do? These aren't even the highest quality pits that I can do. I shouldn't have said that. A win is a win. This is just my legacy, because by the way, this whip post, it is my most popular post on Twitter. It is the one that has done the most numbers. This is truly going to be my legacy. Stupid crony Armin. Well, at least it was crony. I wouldn't want it to be anybody else other than crony. Okay, yeah, that's way better. But yeah, I guess now I have been recognized by Certified Pit Enjoyer. I truly am reaching true, like, bigger heights of art. Man, I really need to listen to the oral cigarettes more. They slap. Yeah. I am excited to get to like Yomi because she has like a lot of skin and she has like a lot of exposed skin, and I want to get better at rendering exposed skin. That's why like my newest like Summer Hugo whip came out that way. Is because I was really trying to like render the skin better. For the people who aren't on my subs chat, let me show you guys. Let me show you. I'll be nice and I'll show you even if you're not subbed. Then again, I'm pretty sure that most of the people here are subbed. Either way. Look. I really need to finish this summer Hikaru, the summer that Hikaru died fan art. Honestly, I have a ton of ideas for Summer that he could have died fan art, but I just haven't been able to like pick up my stupid pen and do stuff. Oh, you also did miss that we finally got a diagnosis as to why I am like so stupid tired all the time. It's because I have chronic iron deficiency. Yippee! Look. First of all, lollipop. Not lollipop, but ice pop. Look, I tried to render it, and look. Hugo's tongue is blue because they're eating a blue ice pop. I am really happy with how like the shading of the ice pop came out. It does need a little bit like final touch, but I like it. Oh, look, I have been trying really hard to like make all of the rendering of all of these parts really good. Oh my god, yes, look at this cool guy. This is like the coolest little guy ever. He's so cool. Cool Wisp is like the most amazing wisp I've ever created. I think that I'm going to use the similar Hugo drawing to promote the shirt, the Hawaiian Ghost shirt, because the original illustration had it on, so I can just like put it on again, like this. But yeah, as you can see, I have been like putting extra care into rendering the skin. I have also been learning new techniques of how to render skin, which or how to render in general, specifically with how light scatters into warmer tones, like right at the edges. That is something that I've been working on. Also, that is the last preview that I'm gonna show. I did say that I rigged more of my model, but that preview is only for subs because I love you. Thank you for letting me do this as much as I can. That's okay. Even if you're non-subbed, you'll see the progress. You'll see the progress soon enough. What is it, baby girl? It isn't midnight yet. No, Frida, it isn't midnight yet. No. But yeah, I really like the brushes, the custom brushes that I created for CSP. They're really cool. They're not as like similar to the regular brushes that I use here, but I think that I have already like learned how to like get the same effect or even a better effect with them than the ones that I use here. So I think that for the time being, once I'm done with the commissions and the adoptables that I have saved in Medibang, I'll move completely to CSP. Because I have been playing a lot with it behind the scenes. In fact, if you didn't notice, the Frida Kiss emote now has her little bow. I animated her little bow. And I did do the line art, but I have to redo it again because it's too thin. It doesn't really show very well in miniature version. So yeah. But now she has her little bow. And I am hoping to finish it this month, actually. Same with a ton of stuff that I have planned to finish this month. Humors. Man, I really have been loving Yomi's more chill streams recently. I usually don't go to Yomi streams very often because I get very overstimulated very easy. And also, I just don't go to streams that have a ton of like chat action very often because I get really anxious. But since Yomi has been taking like more of like a chill vibe while she's moving, I have been really enjoying just like chilling. Usually while I'm working, I just put her on and have her do her stuff. Also, I did say at the start of the stream that she was playing World of Goo, and World of Goo is such a nostalgic game for me. I love it. Maybe one day I'll play it. I'll play it again. Because I did complete it when I was younger, but I didn't do all of the levels. I only did do some of them. Yeah, Yomi ASMR has been really, really good. And by the way, for the people who were wondering when I am going to make ASMR, I have just ordered the 3DO microphone. It's going to arrive in about 2 weeks-ish. And I already have some experience with audio, with setting up audio and balancing audio, so I'll try and make up like a schedule for the whole month, trying to plan on my streams more, so that I'll actually be able to like set up like a good schedule and schedule more ASMR streams, because so far ASMR streams have been really sparse, usually because the setup is kind of annoying, since I have to change the settings of my microphone. Well, I think that being able to hook up a different microphone and having like separate settings for that will help me out a lot with not being as annoyed. It will be a problem with Frida, but don't worry about it. I'll keep Frida at bay. I do gotta admit, it did pain me a little to buy it because it's so expensive, but it's okay because I use the subathon funds. That's what the subathon funds are for. That's what the subathon funds are for. I tell myself, so that it doesn't hurt as much. It's just a pretty penny to get such a high quality microphone, and I get it. Should probably get in more on the hair. It isn't really that. Oh, you bought it recently and got frustrated? It's okay. World of Goo, it's got like its vibes to it. You really gotta like be in a certain mindset to play World of Goo. But honestly, the soundtrack of World of Goo is absolutely amazing. It is one of my favorite soundtracks of like video games of all time. Another soundtrack that I really enjoy is the Miseria soundtrack. Miseria is a mobile game. It's a mobile puzzle game. I really love that one too. Miseria is a love story. Yeah, let me see. Maybe Miseria... Is it still up? Because it is a pretty old game, all things considered. Not Mystery, Miseria! Miseria World Support. Okay, it's Miseria World Support. Yeah, because I'm only getting... Look. Is this game. Look at this little guy. It's a very similar aesthetic to World of Goo. Let me see if there's some like high quality screenshots. There you go. This is a very cute game. Yeah, it is like a very similar aesthetic to like World of Goo, but it's got like a very, very beautiful soundtrack as well, and it is more like a tilt puzzle game. So instead you gotta tilt your phone so that this little guy goes to the portal. Also, by the way, Frank, I did show that I did put like for the tiers that you would get like a manju plush like this. But I was thinking, would it be better to like get a mochikororin? Or maybe get one of each, like do a poll and see which one you guys like better? Because look, you can get Ghost Orb, Gorb, or you could get little like Zoom kind of like thing. Look at him! It's a whole family! But this time it's Ghost. ちょっとだし Ghost bread, loaf of bread, yes. Let me just shove like the base for the manju. Custom manju. Yeah, as you can see, you can get like a tail. Or you can get like ears and stuff. So yeah, I don't know. I love this cover so much. It is so fun. And the music video is so well done as well. Oh, it's a hair strand that looks black. Oh my god, Frida's begging for food. Frida, not yet. It's just wait half an hour. 32 minutes. Frida's wailing her little heart out. To whom I assume is my dad. No, yeah, you can turn me into a loaf of bread and knead me gently. You can also throw me against the wall. That is also allowed. I'm gonna delete this strand of hair. It doesn't look very good. Electrify my golden truth. I mean, I can't really add too much detail to the hair since it is such a small area of the drawing. But it's still, I still like shading my hair. I like making it pretty. Electrify my heart. I need to listen very carefully so that my dad isn't actually giving Frida her food early. I need to make sure he's not committing crimes, as he often does. Okay, he is not. Good. He must not feed her. Do not feed the beast. You know, Freda's sort of like, what are they called? The ones that you cannot feed at night? The critters from that one horror movie. What's it called? Do not feed after midnight. Gremlins! Gremlins, gremlins, gremlins. Frida does have a gremlin. She has the same lore as gremlin. She should not be fed after midnight. No. Absolutely not. No. No. Frida, you know it isn't midnight yet. And, you know, you could say that, oh, but Frida must be confused because of daylight savings. We don't have daylight savings here. We have regular time. Our time is normal. Like eating a cake. Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna be the smell that smells back. I'm gonna be the kid to your cat. Ooh, the snack that smiles back. Ooh, the kid to your cat. I'm gonna be the one you unwrap. Just take me out and eat me in half. Ooh, the snack that smiles back. Ooh, the kid to your cat. No, Frida. Do not do crimes for food. That's very mean and very rude. Pops on the tip of my tongue. You belong there. Like a frosting on a cinnamon bun. A cinnamon bun. Oh yeah. Just pick me up. Oh yeah. Spread me like an Oreo. Auntie me in a cup of Asia. Cause neither one of us is gonna sleep if we're under one. I'll be singing it penguin. Let's say where my brother began. I'm gonna be the smile that smiles back. I'm gonna be the kid to your cat. Ooh, the snack that smells back. Ooh, the kid to your cat. I'm gonna be the one you unwrap. Just take me out. No. The answer is no. It is not din din time yet. I'm gonna be the snack that smells back. I'm gonna be the kid to your cat. She looks so angry. I'm gonna be the one you unwrap. Just take me out and eat me in half. Ooh, the snack that smells back. Ooh, the kid to your cat. I'm gonna be the snack that smells back. I'm gonna be the kid to your cat. Ooh, the snack that smells back. Ooh, the kid to your cat. I'm gonna be the one you unwrap. Just take me out and break me in half. Ooh, the snack that smells back. Ooh, the kid to your cat. No. She is trying to get into my desk so that she can grab my attention. Frida, no. She looks Frida. I don't get why you're so upset. It's not like I'm starving you or anything. You know the time when I give you food. Everyone is gonna think that I'm starving you. We're getting hotter and hotter. Sexy and hotter. Turn it down. And why did Nicki Minaj end up being a Republican? Her songs serve too much cunt to be made by a Republican. I'm a bad bitch, not muscle. I don't say bottle muscle. Let's go. Oh, oh, oh. Stop a little more. Of the goodness. Getting hotter and hotter. Look. I wanna do it for the night. Yeah, I like this one better. I just want you tonight. We could like music makes me. Come fill us up a little more. Up and burn the store. We know we're getting hotter and hotter, sexy and hotter. Let's shut it down. Wow. Sound the alarm. I know you're upset with me, Frida, but think about how much better the food will taste if you're a little bit more hungry than this. Also, I'm almost done. Come fill my glass up a little more. To get up and burn this floor. We know we're getting hotter and hotter, sexy and hotter, and shut it down. Wow. On the alarm. Okay, yeah, way better. Way more dimension. Oh, by the way, do you remember that I said that I wanted to make an animatic / music video for my character that won Character of the Month and Ever After High Wiki? This is the song. This is the song. If you think we waste much, then you must sacrifice yourself. Don't want your boundaries, push your balance onto the crowd. Runs on its kings, its slaves, it leaves them with no choice. The hypocrites, they justify their very sense of justice. I tell myself I'm not like anyone else, believing without doubt. Mix it in my vitamins, oh, mix it in. If you think we live too much, then you can sacrifice yourself. Don't push your values, spit your values into my cup. No resources keep me alive, yet I don't even sleep aside. So many sacrifices keep me alive, yet I don't even bother to survive. This song is so good. I love this album. Millie, please release a new original album and my life is yours. Like, for real. Oh my god. I need them to release an album, like, yesterday. My souls, raise yourself. Raise yourself. If you think we miss too much, then you can sacrifice yourself. Don't push your values onto the crowd. Mix it in. My vitamins, oh, mix it in. on its wings, it slaves and leaves them with no choice. The hypocrites will justify their very sense of justice. I tell myself I'm not like everyone else, believing without doubt. Mix it in my vitamins, oh mix it in. If you think we raise too much, then you can sacrifice yourself. Don't push your smiles, put your garbage into my cup. Resources keep me alive, yeah, even step outside. So many sacrifices keep me alive. Sacrifices keep me alive. Raise yourselves, raise yourself. Raise yourself, raise yourself. I know, Frida, I know. 15 minutes. Frida is so upset. She wants her din din and she wants it now. I'm sorry, Frida. Frida's not happy with that answer. Remember the Beatles, remember the day my stone heart was breaking, my love went away. This moment to feel I could be someone else. Then I fell. Be my bad boy, be my man, be my weekend lover, be my friend. You can be my bad boy, don't understand, but I don't leave you again. Be my bad boy, be my man, be my weekend lover, but just be my friend. You can be my bad boy, don't understand, but I don't need you. Guys, I fear that we are losing our roots because I have yet to see a bad boy edit of any fandom drop. We are losing our roots. This and any other Cascada song is what you put when you knew that the ship was absolute peak. And I have yet to see that. Therefore, there have not been any peak couples at the moment. And that worries me. Bad boy. Has been some time. It really has been way too long. We need to come back to the bad boy A and B edits. Nightcore version 2. You know that a girl could be strong. Be my bad boy, be my man, be my weekend lover, but no, be my friend. You can be my bad boy, not understand you in my life again. You can be my bad boy, be my man, be my weekend lover, but don't be my friend. You can be my bad boy, not understand that I don't need you again. No, I don't need you again. That was absolute cinema. Oh my god, two people are streaming Zelda. One is Peanut Butter Gamer, the creator of Zelda Month, which is November, and Kit, who is playing Ocarina. Ugh! Options indeed. Who do you want to rate out to, guys? I mean, Peanut Butter Gamer has like 200 people. I am a little bit scared because we aren't like mutuals or anything. He's just like an idol. Me, when I watch him, Kit, not Kit, Scry actually just started streaming very recently, and Benji also started streaming fairly recently, and he's playing horror games. Yippee! I love horror games. I'm just checking out, rate out targets ahead of time because Frida is angry with me. Frida is not very fond of me at the moment, and I'm a little bit scared. She might ask for sacrifices earlier this month. Frida wondering whether blanket tastes good. She already knows I don't, but she still bites me anyway. She is a cruel master. So cruel. I still haven't patched up the little bite marks that she left on me earlier. This ghost tastes like blanket! How dare it? How dare the ghost taste like blanket? Okay, I think that I'm gonna start the raid out process. Who should I raid out to? Scuppy 7. 7 is playing Dispatch, but I know that some people don't want spoilers for Dispatch. I also don't want spoilers for Dispatch. Scry, Benji, Peanut Butter Gamer. I'm not raiding out to Peanut Butter Gamer. Squawpert. You're watching Squawpert on another phone? Okay, then we want. We want raid out to Squawpert. Let's see. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch, tiger, patato, if it's windows, no go. En la casa de Pinocho todos cuentan hasta 8, pin 1, pin 2, pin 3, pin 4, pin 5, pin 6, pin 7, pin 8. Tin marín dedo, pingüe, cueramacara, títer, fue, este marrano, cochino, fue, anillo, pulsera, tus sales, toquedas. Okay, we're rating out the kid. By the way, those 2 other times, it let out the Peanut Butter Gamer. Yeah, I'm not rating out the Peanut Butter Gamer. Let's rate out the kid. Let's rate out the kid. Yes. We rating out to Kitson. Here's our raid message and our raid message for subs. By the way, tell him to hit the cuckoo so that you can get premium chicken meat. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming in today. Tomorrow we will be playing Dave the Diver. I don't know how long I have until I finish this game. Hopefully a little, because we have been playing that game for a very, very long time. Also, if you are not on the Discord, feel free to consider joining the Discord. I do stuff there. I show stuff. And also, I am starting to like put up my weekly schedule there. I have some announcements. You can see what I'm doing, like whips of my work. If you're subbed, you also get a couple of benefits like discount codes for my shop. And if you are not interested on joining my Discord but still wanna see what I'm doing, feel free to check out my socials. I'm Blanket Ghost in most social media except on YouTube, where I am Blanket Ghost or Blanketer Bots for my bot channel. So if you missed any of my old bots, you can check them out in Blanketer Bots. I am slowly uploading all of them there, but once I'm caught up with local videos, I'll be going to upload them directly from Twitch to YouTube. Okay, that is all. Good night, everybody. Bye. 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 Bye.